What's up, everybody? This is episode 65 of Hoops Talk with Dave's Joint. Shout outs to everybody that's been supporting us thus far. For those who haven't seen any of our episodes, go check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and IGTV. But without further ado, we have a very special guest here today. He's one of Atlanta's best player development specialists. He's also a coach for the independent Double Trouble training, which he owns with his twin brother, and also an assistant coach at Norcross High School, which is one of the best basketball programs in the state of Georgia. I give you today Mr. Charles Pack. Charles, thank you for coming on to share your story.
I appreciate you having me. Definitely looking forward to the interview and welcome to Dave's Joint. I'm excited. Appreciate you having me.
My God. So, let me ask you the first question. So, what's Charles Pack's coaching philosophy?
Coaching philosophy is definitely just to play hard. I think that's just the biggest thing, just energy and effort. Some stuff you really can't coach. As far as coaching, I coach our 14U team, and then in Norcross, really big on player development. So I think it makes the game easy. Having players that are able to do things. It's not really a lot of coaching. Sometimes you X and O's, maybe do something out of a dead ball, but essentially you kind of get to let players play. So we kind of do stuff more in the off season or just developing. And essentially, if you got good players, it's gonna make the coach look good. So that's kind of the philosophy: just play hard and just work hard off season or outside of practice, and make your coach look good.
Absolutely. So, my first question is, when did basketball start for you?
I think my whole life, just at an early age. Definitely just, going to parks, playing in little leagues with my brother. Just always been infatuated with the game. I moved to a lot of different states, so basketball has always been a part of the journey, and just brought a lot of memories from just everything. Just basketball just definitely kept me out of trouble, and ever since the beginning, it's definitely been there. Probably since I came out the womb. Hopefully, I had a basketball in my hand. I don't know.
So name some of the states that you lived in?
So I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I lived in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which brought kind of taught me the IQ part of the game. I lived in Washington State. So, it's a lot of crazy hoopers from Washington State. And that's where I really learned, I say Milwaukee, I learned the IQ. Washington State, I learned a lot of finesse, just really the craft to it. Of course, Atlanta, Georgia, which definitely, the grassroots program all the way up is just it's just a different culture within itself. Probably one of the best I've seen and been around. I lived in Spartanburg. I lived in Memphis, which is a little grit. I don't know, just all the way around. And then definitely just from being, Indiana, Houston, that's just crazy. Just the grit of basketball. Just how people really get down, just work hard, blue collar type stuff. So it's just good to see for sure.
So how long did you live in Indiana before you moved?
So I lived there pretty much my whole life, on and off. I lived there maybe my first 10, 11 years. Went to Wisconsin for 2 or 3 years, moved back to Indianapolis for a year, went to Washington State for 2 or 3 years, came to Georgia for a few years, moved back to Indiana. So that's kind of always home. That's where all my family is. So, right now it's my brother, myself, my mother down here. The rest of my family is in Indianapolis. So definitely trying to get some of them down here. Atlanta's a good opportunity just to, come down here, work hard, and just continue to grow. So it's good for business. So it just brought
Absolutely.
a lot of opportunity.
So talk about, the basketball culture out in Indiana.
Sure. So the basketball coach in Indianapolis, that's where everything really started. Just from my brother and I, we used to it just brought a lot of grit from just so we definitely from the hood. So just stuff you see in a daily, just your daily journey, getting in fights. So it teach you that little dog scrap mentality. We were twins. So no matter where we went, we always stood out. So some people, get jealous of that. So they kind of always put us in the spotlight. So they teach you that grit from whatever. And then just playing pickup, a lot of kids don't do, but we used to play a lot of pickup, just street ball, whatever. So sometimes you may be the youngest one playing with maybe high school kids if you're in middle school, or trying to play with adults and they trying to kick you off the court. So you just I'm gonna stay on the court and keep shooting unless y'all pick me up. So it's just different stuff. And then, you might get in a fight with somebody or something, but it just teach you grit teach you how to like stand up for yourself. But I think that's just what Indianapolis definitely taught, just grit, how to work hard, and definitely don't take no for an answer. And I don't know, you just gotta figure it out. That's just really what a teacher, just how to figure it out.
Absolutely. So you became So you talk about your high school years. Like, what schools did you go to?
Yeah, so I went to Centennial High School for 3 years, and I went to Warren Central High School, which is in Indianapolis, for a year. So I went back to Indianapolis, which is Warren Central. My mom got sick, so I kind of went back there until she was able to get out the hospital and kind of create a better space for us. So that's when I moved back. High school was good here. I mean, looking back on some stuff, I definitely, as I reflect, I definitely wish I would have worked harder. I think my senior year, going into my senior year, I worked out with Mark Edwards, which is also another top, if not the top player development guy in the nation. I worked out with him my senior year. And how much I improved over 2 quarters was just I wish I've been doing that since I don't know, at least the beginning of high school. So right now, just even in our program, we got some kids that's doing workouts. Some of them are second, third grade. Some of them in 7th, 8th grade. Some of them in 9th, 10th. So it's if we would have started early, how much our game grew, it's just it's crazy. So just in high school, I wish I would have started that earlier. Definitely the IQ part. So my coach used to always be like, you can do everything. You just got to build it from the neck up, which it took me a while to learn that, which is the mental part of the game. I was very instinctive, so I feel like I could do a lot of stuff. But then it's just when you get the IQ, it's a small separation factor in the details. So I think that's definitely important from watching film. I used to definitely work out so much, more than a lot. So definitely taking care of your body, ice and stretching, academics. I think that's really important. I had to go JUCO. My grades definitely could have been better, which at the point of time, it wasn't a large focus because my mom was sick. Basketball was an outlet. So I really just did well enough to definitely just to stay eligible, whatever. I had a 2.5 when I really probably should have had at least a 3.5. But I didn't know that. I didn't have nobody really pressing me to you can do this, or make your grades like this. I kind of just, like I said, I just did enough to get by. So just the academic portion, I always been well-spoken and just interacted with a lot of different people. So that's never really been a challenge. Just the academic parts for sure, preparing for the SAT, ACT, which is important. Because I had a lot of schools definitely reach out to me, and then some of them definitely didn't offer because of my grades or just waiting on the SAT. So kids definitely want to position themselves to have the best GPA as possible and take that SAT, ACT multiple times and get the highest score as possible, so you have as many doors open as possible. You don't want to limit yourself to just going through one door because of a certain GPA, or you didn't try your best. And then just staying focused, surround yourself with like-minded people. So if you're trying to hoop, you want to be the best. Don't go hang with people that skateboard and may do whatever. Hang with like-minded people, or even in that small element. There's some people that just want to hoop and make the team and be good. But then there's some people that want to be great from earning a scholarship, or trying to get to the highest level. Hang with like-minded people. So I think that's something else I definitely could have done better at.
I hear that, man.
Yeah.
So you said you went to JUCO. Where did you go to?
So I was signed to Gordon State, which is in South Georgia. It was a great year, man. We had 7 Division I players. It was a fun year. Coach Izzy Engel, which was a great coach. His dad won a national championship at Kennesaw State. He coached at BYU. He has a crazy record as well. So that was just a fun experience, just building relationships. I hurt my knee. Really, I kind of went into college with knee pains, and I kind of go back from just stretching, icing, taking care of your body, and not just always training on the court, but even getting in the weight room, building your legs. Because I really didn't do too much of that because of just the lack of knowledge. But I kind of went into college. I played 4 or 5 games. Then I hurt my knee and kind of shut it down for the season because I just couldn't play anymore. But even those 4 or 5 games, I definitely thank God. That was the only year I played in college, and then just figured out something else. But even those 4 or 5 games, I definitely had some crazy numbers, and just knowing if I was fully healthy, I just know I'm not saying I would have made it to NBA. Definitely would have been a professional, but definitely just the avenue I'm on it's more of a blessing because I get to help a lot more players make it to the NBA, fulfill their dreams, and help them stay focused. So, and it was fun. I got to play with my brother for that, those 4 or 5 games, and then just the relationship just over that small amount of time. So that was definitely a blessing.
So then you went to LeMoyne-Owen College for a year?
Yeah, so I went out to Memphis, Tennessee. I I had a coaching opportunity at Tennessee Preparatory Academy. So it was like a national prep school. It was a national high school team. And that was the first year. So it was like a really important year, which we definitely, I feel like I was a huge impact of the success, won the national championship that year, signed from the national high school team and prep team, signed 20-something players of scholarships, whether it's D1, D2, and or JUCO. And then I had that opportunity to help train and develop some players at LeMoyne-Owen, which is Division II. So helped a lot of them, which was good. And then I was doing some stuff at Memphis University. That's when Coach Passion was there. That's at Georgia Tech right now. And then I was just even an impact just in the community. Because I was young too. So I was like, I don't know, maybe 21, 22. So like people, they respected me as a coach because that was just how like I put myself out there. But they respected me as a peer too. So I had a lot of trust from like, just from the players, from the coaches, the lunch people, the deans of the school. Like I was definitely like that guy. Like I was just like the face of it. So that was good. And then, and I took classes out there. So even I know right now, HBCU talk, that's like a lot of talk right now. So like, so I went to like, before that I went to like GPC, Georgia Perimeter, Georgia State, some other stuff. Going to LeMoyne-Owen is definitely like, it's definitely a different curriculum that they teach you versus you going to a traditional like college, which is, they're different.
PWIs, yeah.
So it opened my eyes a lot. Like as far as some of my teachers, like they were African American, which is definitely cool. They would teach you so much. Like, yo, did you know this person invented this? You looking like, yo, I never learned none of this through high school, nothing. Like, yo, and then you really see how much your culture has an impact from. Definitely, it's just more like a hip hop type culture or something like that. Like just events they may have. But then just even the stuff you learn about your culture, it's just like, it's kind of rewarding in a way, like, because you don't learn that stuff. So like, even I know right now, like Chris Paul or like Mikey, all them talking about like HBCUs, like now it's time to like get back to that. And now just like, as I reflect, like how much you really learn about your culture, or even just pointing back into your culture, or just the energy you have from like your culture back to, it's just like, it's unbelievable. So HBCUs, like I really pray like players definitely start going back, like, or go to those schools, like for sure.
So yeah, I hope so too. Cause you know what's funny? The kid McCord Maker. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was down to Howard and UCLA. Yeah. Now, there was something that was brought up, I think, on Twitter or in an article somewhere. They said that UCLA, their recruiting budget is over $1 million. Howard's recruiting budget is $163,000. And Howard, with the lesser recruiting budget, won out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they may not have the bread that the bigger schools have, but they were still able to make that happen.
For sure. So I mean, I feel like especially with these players that are 5-star, of course, you know, you get some of those 5-star athletes, some of the 2, 3-star, 4-star players will just naturally come to those HBCUs. But even with the budget, I mean, essentially, if you're a 5-star, you take care of your business, you're going to get to where you have to go to anyways.
Right.
So that's just kind of seeing the bigger picture with it. And then there's going to be other players, I mean, like, say, like Chris Paul, some player, NBA players, whatever, they'll pour back into those programs. So, like, maybe their budget is $160,000. They can pour back, which that'll be like a donation for them, so they're nonprofit, whatever. But that'll, like, I mean, they give $500,000, which is nothing to them. That'll kind of increase the budget. But essentially, the spill is the same exact message from, like, I mean, of course, lower schools, they have to kind of, I don't know, figure out something else. But the message is the same. Yo, you come here, you work hard, you're one and done. That's just the message. Like, it don't really matter where you go. Like, if you that player, yo, you can go to any school and be one and done. Anthony Edwards, yeah, he went to Georgia. He could have went to an HBCU and still been the same exact player. The stage is a little bit different, but essentially, if you're number one, they're going to broadcast you the same way. They have no choice because it's just how the business is. So
absolutely. Yeah.
So regardless, I mean, the budget is different, but players, I mean, they're figured out.
Right. So Tennessee Prep, was Harold Rayford the coach?
Yeah, so he was the president of the program. He was the head coach of the national prep team. And then Coach Robbie Johnson, who right now he's the head coach of the Skills Factory, TSF. He's the head coach of their prep school. So, and Coach Rob, so Robbie, I went to high school with him. So that's how I kind of got out there. I knew that relationship. And then Harold, I mean, he's a good guy. We definitely related in a lot of areas. He definitely hardworking, driven. I mean, he definitely, he plans and he executes the plans, the details of it. And definitely when he has his mindset to, execute something or get something done, he definitely does it. Coach Rob is also a very good coach. He's very detail oriented. He definitely wants to see every player do really well. He's honest with you. Like, he gives you honest feedback and criticism. Some coaches may lie to you, but he's like, yo, you saying you want to do this and you working like this, something not gonna add up. Like, he's very honest with you. Or, you say you want to go here, you're not handling your grades, you can't tell me you want to go here. So he's very honest, but he also gives you different ways to kind of help you like succeed if that's what you want to do. But he's also, not gonna let you waste his time either. So
Very realistic.
for sure.
Yeah. So then you wound up going to Georgia State for your final 2 years. Talk about your time at Georgia State.
So just definitely just wanted to finish my degree. That was always just been important. So got that in communications and speech. I think just being able to write and talk, I think that's just important just for a culture, just how people view us. So I think that was just always important. Not too many people in my family definitely got a degree. So that was definitely at the top of my list. And then just going down to the city every day. I mean, just that journey of first just finishing school. Like, I think when you're an athlete, they kind of trick you to get a degree because you have to be eligible to play. And then by the time you look up all those, years, you graduated with a degree just because you wanted to play in a sense. So they kind of trick you. So it was kind of challenging for me because I definitely couldn't play basketball. It wasn't like, yo, you have to go to class. Now it's like, yo, you go if you want to go. If you don't, that's on you. Or definitely just trying to drive down there every day. So I live like 45 minutes from school. So driving down there every day in this Atlanta traffic, that was a challenge. Like, it was some days like, man, I can't even do it. Atlanta traffic is just going crazy. But then it was just so much. But then just like trying to pull myself through, fight through it mentally, challenge myself physically, even sometimes sitting in those classrooms like, yo, why am I in this classroom? But just really trying to pull myself to like, yo, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. And then just looking at the bigger picture, like, I noticed a lot of people count on me and just want to, like, I don't know, just want to do things right. So that was just kind of, it was a battle for sure, but definitely, like, proud, just, was able to get it done. So.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, man. That's what's up. Me and you, we both got our degrees at the same time. 2000 class of 18. But
yes.
at that Atlanta traffic, that is kind of true because I've fallen victim to that. I believe it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, so around that time, I'm leaving Lake Point to go back to the city of Atlanta to take the Greyhound bus all the way back to New York. I wound up getting a lift for $35. That traffic was so bad. And no, actually, that was just leaving. Coming to Lake Point, the traffic was just as bad, if not worse. Like, that traffic ain't no joke down there.
Like, it's crazy, and it's like one accident, whatever, will definitely hold up the whole city. But yeah, it gets serious for sure. For sure.
So, yeah, let's talk about the nitty gritty while we're here. Double Trouble. When did you decide to start that?
So that was shortly after playing at Gordon. Definitely couldn't play basketball anymore. And even when I couldn't play because my knee, I waited a year, like, trying to let my body recover. Doing all these recovery methods, going to all these doctors, PTs, all this stuff. And I was just like, I definitely didn't give up on basketball, but I just knew physically my body couldn't do it. So at that point, I was like, how could I stay around the game of basketball and do something I wanted to do? And training was just definitely like, at the moment, training was definitely the hot commodity that I could do and just kind of stay. But then over time, definitely just had a passion, which I always had a passion because I was just how I've been my whole life. But just had more of a passion, became driven. And I was like, yo, can be like really good at this. Like, never had doubt in my mind, but then you just see some stuff unfold and then it just kind of put things more in perspective. So, and then, I don't know, just kind of got to it after that.
So you guys are also trainers. What do you and your brother, preach to the athletes?
So, and definitely I'll say we are trainers, but I think it's more like even just player development because that kind of covers on and off the court, and just and I think everything is just relationship based. So stuff we preach to the players, definitely on the court, just working hard, working consistent, and having your mind right while doing it. Because some people can do some stuff, but if you're not mentally there, mentally engaged, mentally focused, it kind of defeats the purpose. Off the court, just definitely being like good people. Like even early on, we did some stuff where like Joseph Toppin, who's at Georgia State right now, but they have a crazy sophomore year. Dalvin, it was a lot of people that we went downtown Atlanta, went to feed the homeless. So kind of doing stuff to keep you humble and, make sure your humility is there. Definitely just treating people with respect despite whatever. Like some people may have negative energy and really try not to really engage in it, but use that energy to, put towards whatever you're doing. Because regardless, it's energy. It just depends on how you're going to respond to it. So that's just one way. And then definitely, having goals within your process or your dreams. Some players want to make to the NBA, but then you have to have goals to kind of help you build up to that. So you can't say I want to make it and then don't have any goals. You have to have daily goals, weekly, monthly, yearly to kind of, get you there. So definitely being goal oriented. And that's when we created something to kind of help them figure out those goals. And then definitely taking care of their grades. And then always at the top of everything, we always, preach. I don't want to say preach, but always just reiterate God, like keeping God first. Always, telling God thank you. Like I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, because I'm definitely not. But I definitely
none of us are.
Nah, for sure. But I don't want to act like I am. But I definitely want to, like, every day I always ask God. Like I pray throughout the day a lot. I try to pray before every meal, which I don't, but I try to. And then sometimes I catch myself and will pray with my eyes open or pray in mid. Bite. Ask God to forgive me every day. And just more than anything, which I think God just appreciates, is always telling him thank you. Because, I look at some stuff, I could have went left and right, one decision, and then my life could have changed. So I definitely thank God just for everything. Thank him for where I'm at, definitely where I'm going. Because I know, I definitely believe I'm going somewhere crazy. So I just work really hard. So I already thank him in advance. So definitely just always make sure they keep God first.
I hear that, man.
Yeah.
So, name, some of the players that you guys have trained.
Some of the, players, most players people know is definitely BJ Boston, who's in Cali, Kentucky. Everybody know him. I think with him was special. So met him, I think his freshman year. The kid was already crazy talented. He was probably 6'3", 6'4" freshman year. Ton of potential. And even our first workout, we worked out at Mount Pisgah. And then after that first workout, he DM'd me or whatever. It's like, yo, can we get back in the gym? Then ever since then, we've been locked in. And then I think our third workout, I was like, yo, what's your goals? And he was like, yo, be McDonald's All-American, do this, get 3 state championships, which he wasn't able to get one. So, we had a lot of goals. So definitely just BJ, just how – and I think what made that special, because we definitely work hard as trainers as far as being in the gym, being committed to players, creating, workouts before we get there, just always be prepared to help them get better. But he kind of committed to us too, just trusting the process. Because sometimes we got on him hard early on. Definitely yo, he might cry or tear up just how hard we were yo, get on him, or just even him staying consistent. Because sometimes we get some players with a ton of potential, and I'm not saying they won't fulfill it, but they will. But we can't help them necessarily fulfill it because they don't. It's a level of consistency that it takes. So I think that was just. He definitely stayed consistent, from us working out 2, 3, 4 times a day sometimes, so serious. And then Joseph Toppin, which is another player, he's going to have a crazy year. He hasn't had an outbreak yet. Been with him since his sophomore year of high school. Now he's in his sophomore year of college. But he's definitely due for a break. Kayla Murphy, you got Lance Thomas, Rashawn Hammonds, Quinn Richey. So our projection, Quinn Richey, he wasn't even projected to go Division I from the people that say they know basketball. So this kid worked so hard, and I believe he can get to the highest level because he worked so hard. And, Dame Dallas, CJ McCollum, they work so hard, and eventually they find their way in the door. And then even some of the young kids we have, I'm truly excited about. Is in his 2024 class, we got a kid named Justin Mitchell. Been with him 3 years, and this kid is gonna be something crazy. Probably the number 1 in the class. That's just how we market him. But I think he can definitely be number 1. And then even our 2024 team, and we got this kid Cole Camp. It's just a lot of kids, but they just all working hard, and it's up to them who gonna fulfill their potential, who gonna stay focused. But I feel our 2024 class, kind of what we did with BJ, because that was kind of a sample size. So we did that with 1 player, but now I'm kind of doing that same thing with 12 players. So at least 6 of them got to do something crazy, at least.
And this is the 9th grade elite team, right?
So this is the 8th grade elite, which next year they'd be 19. So that's 14U. Next year they'd be 15U. But our 15U, so first we go to our 16U. We got Jamil Rideout. He's class of 2022. Thomas. We got Robert Dix. Jonathan. Hezekiah Flagg. It's a lot of players. And I think after 2022, we should at least sign 3 or 4 Division I players, if not more. 2023, we have a kid from Macon, Georgia, 6'9", Aaron Jones, a guard at Centennial High School, Master Williamson, Hot Sauce son, Orion Champion, so he plays with us, Handle Elite. It's just a lot of players. Chad, who's over at Grayson, Chad Moody, Cole Weaver, he's at Blessed Trinity, another athletic wing. Samarion Bine, who's another 6'4", 6'5", wing. And then our 2024, which, I don't know, just all the way around. It's just a lot of good kids. They kind of just bind in the process program. And I know we're going to do our part to put together the schedule and the media stuff to help them get the exposure they need. And they kind of, their parents are bought in, not really headaches. They do their stuff at home, academics and, the stuff. So I think everything will take care of itself. I'm excited for our program. Like this year, 3 of the AE program, and I already made a lot of strides. So definitely excited.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Jo Jo Toppin is actually from Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's from up top.
Oh, that's crazy. So he must be related to
Yeah, that's Obi's cousin.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. So
shout out to the Toppin family.
Cousin, seriously, they got 3 of them. Like, so the other one's at Kentucky too.
Yeah, I know Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. So, and they all got that athletic gene for sure.
They
like,
do.
Man, something serious. So, and even I don't know. I'm excited. Like BJ and JoJo, if it's a season this year, they play each other, Kentucky and Georgia State, and Jacob. So it's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah, man. No, I think there'll be a season. It's just that it'll be pushed back a little bit, but it's still gonna be a season. Football couldn't be done, but I think basketball, because it's an indoor sport, I think that could definitely happen. But go on. I'm sorry.
And I said it has to happen. We looking forward to it. So
yeah, NBA and everything. Even if we don't have to have no fans, just the media, that's fine.
Yeah.
But moving forward. So you also had the DT, the Double Trouble Academy. Like, talk about what that weekend is usually like.
So DT Academy first started. So we were helping out at a couple events, and I don't like how they position us as the staff to be an event and just certain details of the event. So we put together, my brother and I was like, next year we doing our own event. Even if it fell, even if it's whatever, we'll figure it out. We get better, we'll grow it. So we put together DT Academy, came up with a good plan, executed. First year had 97 kids, and it was really competitive. I say like 65 of those kids were like elite. There was a couple other kids here and there trying to, should I do this? No, you shouldn't. But they still came, which is cool. And so now year 2 grew a lot. And then year 3, we had like over 150, 170, which we kind of closed it because of the gym space we had. Definitely had 300 people sign up. So at that point, it was kind of first come, first serve. And then I think even year 2, some of the matchups, it was crazy. We had Dylan that's at Auburn, Brendan Tucker, which is another player we trained, both of those, Dylan and Brendan Tucker, which I ain't really mention him. We had Quincy that committed to Temple. Of course, Caleb, BJ. It's just a long list of players. I really have to look at that alumni list. But it was just good, just the energy in the gym, just from people coming out. I think we did a good job as staff kind of marketing the event as far as banners, the media. I think we had every media person in the state, some people out of state, had some people from Ballers Life fly in. It was great. So just the level of competitiveness, the drills that were associated with it was definitely there. I don't know. It was just a lot of good stuff. So definitely just, I don't know, was truly excited to see that. So.
Yeah, man. Next year, God willing, I'm definitely trying to come down there for DT Academy. That's right now that I've seen it, that's the plan.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I need to come down to ATL more often. After seeing what I saw last month during the 4th of July, I need to make that trip more often to ATL, man.
Sure. And whenever you come down here, just let us know. We'll set up something, whatever you need, like players, any way we can help. But definitely I'd love to have you, just host you here, and I think it'd be good. But Atlanta's man, it's definitely a growing market. It's definitely exciting. So
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, man. But also let's talk about how you got acquainted with Norcross.
So at the time, Dalvin White was a freshman point guard, and I think I was living in Memphis, just now moving back, so I was trying to figure out, I'm standing around the game. What's the best school in the state? And I was like, Norcross, easily. So I hit up Dalvin. So his brother, Devontae White, he was my high school teammate as well. He played at Georgia State, one of the all-time leading scorers. So I hit up Dalvin, It's like, yo, you think Coach Mac, can you send me Coach Mac number? He sent me Coach Mac number, asked Coach Mac, yo, can I meet with him, looking to coach there. I met with him, I think he was out of town at that time. So I met with him a few days or a week later, and just told him what I'm trying to do, trying to grow with the program, goes to coach in college one day. And I think it's a good opportunity for me to learn. I mean, he coached with Team USA. I mean, he did a lot of stuff. So I was looking forward just to learn from him. He coached with all types of camps, clinics, well-spoken. His resume speaks for itself. He's been there over 17, 18, 19 years. So it was just like opportunity to learn from him. And then he said yes. So, I mean, it was easily for me. I mean, I was already like, so then opportunity, it kind of, I was happy with it.
I got to holler at Coach McMillan.
Yeah.
And also shout out to the Whites. They must really have loved Jodeci enough to name their kids after the members.
Yeah.
Nah, but so let's talk about Powerstickz also.
For sure. Man, Powerstickz. So that was definitely another transition time in our life. So I think what happened to one twin usually happens to the next twin. So I hurt my knee in college. And then a year later, Michael hurt his knee in college. So that kind of ended his career year 2. So during his time or whatever, he had to have surgery, then a recovery period. And then, I don't know, he had like a dream or whatever. I guess in his dream, I still have the drawings or whatever, but he drew like some type of product or whatever. So he kind of explained it to me. And then a few days, like, didn't really think nothing of it. And then kind of just wanted to, I don't know, we put it together. So then we put together little like prototypes and then put together actual prototypes, like bigger prototypes, and then kind of took it to a company to see if they could like make it to like an actual product. It took like a, 60-day period from ordering the parts to China to getting them back. It was just a lot of stuff. And then it's like, and then like we testing it out as we were like just trying to sample the product. And then like, we need to get this patent. So then we did like learn the patent process from going to prior arts to see if it's anything like it on the market, going to Georgia Tech, working with different engineers, just a lot of stuff. So which it wasn't. So right now, it's actually, I spoke to our attorney like a week ago, but it's in this last part of the patent pending stage, which is good. And then, I don't know, it's definitely a good product. Like we gonna put it on the market for sure. We have it in our gym for sure. A lot of people don't have it. We sold like 40 units, but then we closed it down just because we want to market it when we want to. But it's definitely gonna come out. It's great for like ball handling, agility, plyometrics. It's just a lot of stuff. Which there's like one video on the Instagram Powerstickz IG page, and I have probably like 20 professional videos already done. So it's just up to us when we want to release it. But it's definitely like, man, it's a crazy product. Like BJ definitely used it. Joe, like, I mean, they'll talk about it in some of their workouts, just how it really helps their handle. Essentially, the concept is to make you stay low. When you stand up, it kind of affects it. Which I'll send you some of those videos later so you can see. But it's like it's amazing. And then even as a former player, like in the whole process of the pending and just going through it, we use the product itself. So like just how it kills your legs, it makes you stay low, it makes you get in that athletic stance, and I don't know, it's like a great product. So just, super excited, and definitely to go one day is to get it to Nike. So that's definitely at the top. So
yeah. So is the goal to eventually become a Nike EYBL program?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even though there's 2 other programs in the state.
For sure. I mean, somebody got to lose their deal and somebody got to pick it up. So that's how we coming. But like, I mean, we got the players for sure. Like I said, our 2022s, they about to head off to college. Our 2023, we got some players, a couple of top players in the state. Our 2024, now we're talking about national players. Like I think we have 3 or 4 national. Like I think we have 1 or 2 that can crack top 30, 1 that would crack top 10, and then I think we have a couple others that will crack the top 100. So as far as, and then even, that's just that. But then we have a good program. Like we have from 2022 to 2030. So like now we got like 2025 kids, 2026. Well, those teams aren't all the way complete yet, but like we're still building those teams, but we got the pieces that kind of build around them. And then they already kind of bought in the training. So that's what makes it easy. Like we definitely able to help players develop. Like we got players that are good, they need to get to another level. But we're just in the gym so much. So as far as the training, that's there. And then I spoke to a guy like 3 years ago about how to get on this Nike circuit. So that's when we had one team in year one. So he was like, yo, you have to have a program. So now we added like 3 teams. Now we have 12 teams. So the program is there. The media marketing is there. The professionalism is there. We have the coaches. We have the scale. Everything's there. So I mean, COVID kind of messed up a lot of stuff this year. We didn't get to, have the schedule and do a lot of stuff we want, but it's there. And then next year, we just have to win. Like I said, our 2024 team, about 16U. I mean, I feel really good about it. Like this year, we didn't lose any independent teams. We lost to Georgia Stars. We was up by them by 18, lost by like 3 or 4, which is like, that's bad coaching. So that's my fault. Game Elite, we was up on them by like 21, and we lost by like 2 or 3. Bad coaching on my part again. Atlanta Celtics, we lost to them 2 times, but it was just good to have the opportunity to play them because their program had been around for like 20, 30 years. So just to even compete with them in year 3, I mean, I feel good. And even 2, shout out to all those teams because they were trying to recruit all our players, which is not happening.
No, but one thing I could say about the Atlanta basketball community is there's a lot of talent. Even the independent / mom and pop teams are really good.
For sure.
Know what I'm saying? But yeah, you guys are really a hotbed of talent. Like that was just at this event called Jelly Day this past Sunday, and even a couple people were like, "Atlanta is where it's at right now."
Yeah.
And
so even some kids up top was Khalil. I think Khalil Brindley was there, right?
Yes.
But like, yo, he came down. He trained with us like last year, the year before. He is like, and even his development. So I could name him too, but even his development, like when he first came, he was already a gritty type guard. Physically, he passed the test, like just really dog type. And then his mindset, but his skill set has definitely improved from his handle, definitely his confidence. He has elite confidence, ability to shoot the ball, and now his athleticism is starting to take notice too. So like, I mean, for sure.
Yeah, like last year he was the leading scorer in the PSAL. So
yeah, he averaged like 30-something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there were like multiple games where teams they did the boxing ones on him.
Yeah.
Like because he was that good. They had multiple people guarding him at one time. They went all the way to the quarterfinals. But then they wound up losing to this school from Washington Heights.
Yeah.
But
it was crazy.
COVID canceled. The rest of the playoffs, but. I mean, who knows what could have happened if given an opportunity.
For sure.
But Norcross, did you guys go far this year in the States?
So lost in the Elite 8 against Grayson, which I mean, it was. I can't say it was a good game by us because we definitely didn't play good. Like we definitely didn't, but they played good. They won the game. So I mean. I feel like we do it again. I feel like it's a different situation, but like I don't know. When it comes to those big games, it's winner go home. So like you always got to stay in the gym, just prepare for the moment, and just make sure you're ready to seize the moment. It's just what it comes down to. And like Kayla Murphy, he definitely dominated the moment. Davion maybe had like 2 or 4 points, but he had like 10 rebounds, 11 assists, so he dominated without scoring. Kayla killed every which way, getting to the basket, shooting jump shots, playing defense, and then definitely talking his talk. And it was like, the gym, the energy was on 10. Like, it was full. People standing up.
I've been watching them videos, man.
Yeah, it was elite. Like, and those are the moments you prepare for. So, like, those are crowds you want to play in front of.
Yeah, man. Like, I wish we had crowds like that in some spots in New York, man. But, I mean, Jersey, they did. Their gyms are, like, crazy. But, I mean, New York, we have that. But the problem is it all depends on who's playing. That's just what it is. But in other states, I see that people come out no matter what.
For sure.
But
it's just I don't know. It was a lot of energy.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to both teams, on a well played game.
Sure.
Did you guys get to play McEachin?
So last year in the Final Four, we lost to McEachin. That's when we had Caleb and BJ and them. We lost to they had Isaac, Sharif, just like a good team. But that's when we lost to them by like, I don't know, a few points. But the energy on that game was crazy. But the year before that, they came to Norcross, I think, Elite 8, and then we had beat them by like 20. So they kind of got us back the year afterwards. So it's just like, but Sharif Cooper, I can say like, I don't train him or nothing, but like just being a basketball fan, watching the game, like, dude is special, like really crafty, high IQ.
Yeah, he is.
He over his own speed and pace. Like, yeah, I don't know. He's special. I mean, Isaac Crow, he wasn't even crazy top ranked. He was top 100, but then he found a way to get in that, lottery pick talk from just doing what he do, playing defense, straight line driver, athleticism, and then physically, 215, physically just passing the eye test. Like, he got an NBA body, 6'6". So he found a way. And just stick to your niche. Don't ever some players try to get outside their niche. Like, yo, if you don't shoot, you don't want to shoot. Like, you still got to be able to make shots, but then don't just make that your game. Like, he learned how to shoot. He kept his percentages above 30%. But, like, his game is essentially playing defense, slashing. That other stuff, it'll get better. But, like, he figured it out. But, like, it was a fun game, good atmosphere.
So let's talk about you and your brother. Who's the better player? And who will win a one-on-one?
So the youngest brother is always the best. I see that in many different cases. So he's older than me. So, I definitely will find a way to win. But, like, I don't know. I always found a way to win one way or another.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. So, like, do you have your own individual spot where you guys do the workouts, or are they mostly at Norcross?
So probably very few of them are at Norcross. So Mount Pisgah Christian School, which is in Johns Creek, maybe 20 minutes from Norcross, we do a bulk of the workouts there. This summer I was at International Sports Academy, which is in Stone Mountain. Did a few workouts there. With the pro guys, pro athletes that we work out with, we go to Georgia Tech, Georgia State, did workouts there. And then Lifetime Fitness, do a lot of workouts there. So kind of just bouncing around. But Mount Pisgah, we do definitely a bulk of the workouts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you guys are probably very popular down there for the workouts, man. Like, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people come to you, especially now that you guys have gone from high school gyms to, like, college gyms. Like, that, those are going to be really, really popular moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely it is. And then kind of give us the option to say, yo, we want to work with this person or not. Or say we do take on someone else, they're not consistent. And it's easy to just, I don't know, validate a point of, yo, we don't want to work with you because you're not locked in. So that's just, I don't know, it has its benefits.
And if you guys can move into the Hawks facility sometime soon, that would be big right there.
For sure. We should be down there working with a couple players for sure. We, train a couple players there. But definitely, in the near future, looking to get our own facility, which is going to happen soon. So,
yeah, man. When there's a will, there's a way. If you build them, they will come.
For sure. It's a will, and we definitely going to build it. So,
So this is one of my favorite questions to ask my guests. If you could go back to, let's say, 2013, 2014, what would you tell young Michael as he's going through this injury and moves into coaching?
I mean, it's easy now to reflect on it, but I mean, definitely just trust the process essentially through everything, because there was a lot of question marks through everything, but just trust God, because, I mean, your faith, so he just opened every door that should have been open and kept every door that should have been closed. So,
oops, I meant to say Charles, but go on.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's all good. No worries. Yeah. My mom still gets confused, so I'm not worried. But, she calls those twins. But no, just faith, just trusting the process. Be patient. I think everybody's journey is different. So, like, sometimes you can compare and look at someone else like, man, I should be here, I should do this. So just be patient, and just as you're patient, just still continue to work. So, like, sometimes you have to wait. Like, for example, if you wait on the bus stop, like, sometimes some people are gonna wait and just be all mad. But sometimes if you have to wait, just find a way to stay active. Keep doing push-ups, sit-ups, just whatever. That's just an example, but just find a way to just, continue to work as you're in your process. Stay encouraged, for sure. Stay encouraged.
Absolutely. Final question. What's next in the future for Charles Pack and Double Trouble Training Elite?
So, I mean, something exciting that we're adding next year is our Double Triple Invitational. So we have like 2 or 3 AAU invitationals where we kind of just invite, definitely get a couple teams from up top. We'll invite some teams down, come down, play in this event, which would be a lot of exposure. We'll make sure we take care of the media and all that stuff. And then we have a national high school event too, so which that'll probably be released maybe February. But, like, we have a national high school event, so truly excited with that. Definitely just gonna continue to work hard and just in everything. Keep God first. Keep faith. Definitely want to help some of these players get to the NBA. So that's at the top of the list. Seeing some of them get their names on these draft boards, get drafted. Hopefully some of them change their generational poverty situation and bring other people up with them. And just continue to be a good person and inspire and help others while I'm doing the same with myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, Charles, thank you for coming on to share your testimonial. And I wish you and Michael and DT nothing but the best moving forward.
Yes, sir. No, I appreciate you having me and truly excited. When you come down here, just let us know. We definitely work on some stuff. And I have some gear and stuff too. So I'll get your information. When we get off, definitely want to send you some stuff. But I definitely appreciate you having us.
Well, actually, I'll be down there this weekend, so that works out.
Are you going to an event or are you just coming down here?
JUCO Showcase.
Oh, perfect. Where's that at?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, perfect. So when you get down here, I have some stuff for you for sure.
Bet. All right. Sure. Well, everybody, this is episode 65 of Hoops Talk with Dave's Joint. Shout outs to my guy, Charles Pack. For those from the city of Indianapolis, Atlanta, those that played for him at Double Treble or Norcross, or just fans of Powerstickz, definitely support this episode. Check it out on Facebook, YouTube, and IGTV. Stay blessed, stay safe. Peace.
Dave's Joint. Peace. Appreciate it.